Yeah. Once again, we get to say, welcome back to East Baton Rouge Parish Prison Stirs. And man, when I say I'm not used to this shit from where the fuck I'm from, I'm not. Man, you pay attention to some of these stirs that y'all be listening to. Some of these stirs will have you convinced and fooled that jail and prison is okay. Just listen to some of the stirs. Some of them stirs will make you want to go in there. But all I can do is tell you based on my experience and tell you what's going to keep you from going in there. I ain't never seen nobody just repped out on these prison stories like telling these people this shit was good. Man, let me tell you some real shit. It was a cakewalk. No, it wasn't. Man, your biggest fear, real shit as a man, when you walk in there, is to wonder if you gonna walk out there the same way you walk in there. So I'm here to tell you that. You're not. Mentally or physically. Your first time experience, mine was retarded. When I tell you how serious it was, I'm walking in central booking for the very first time. I'm seeing these cages, buku of them, you understand me, fill up with men. And then they got one all the way to the end, raw, with fill up with women coming off the streets. I'm looking at hundreds of dudes in the cell while the guards in the middle, while the dudes fighting over the phone and trying to find a way to shit. I'm looking at the deputy asking me, giving my hand so he could fingerprint me. And I'm saying, well, what the fuck you gonna do with me next? You trying to put me in there with them? No, I'm looking at this shit for the first time. My heart beating fast. No, he's saying your next process is we gotta change you out. And I'm wondering what the fuck he mean when he's saying you gotta change me out. I'm not knowing that he gotta change me out from my regular street clothes into this orange. So I could look like these other inmates in this bitch. Mind you, this is my first time. And as he taking me over there to this cell with buku people in here, man, this shit real based on true story. I'm looking at the gate rack bag. I'm looking at the hundreds of dudes that you gotta walk in swerving and moving and trying to, cause you don't want to touch nobody in the wrong way. And you sure don't want to have to react. At least I thought I didn't. I'm looking at the dudes on the phone, sitting on the benches. You heard me? Trying to make a phone call. I'm looking at the dude up there like he making love on the phone, not showing no respect for the other motherfuckers who trying to get out there. None. My heart beating. I'm thinking about when they coming in that bitch for the first time and holler child. And me hearing this word child. Not knowing there ain't no fucking puppet in his bitch, no puppet child and no shit like this. He calling us out to go to lunch. You gotta adapt to this shit real fast because if not, you're gonna be lost. They're not telling you about the fights that you're going to have. I don't know about none of these other retarded jails, but I know about East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. And what's the reason I say they call it Baby Angola? It's a fucking reason they call it Baby Angola. Yeah. It's not no games in there. And now it's so retarded, they got these young cats in there. But I remember me going to the child. And I remember the deputy telling me, say, man, when y'all come back, y'all grab y'all sacks because we're going to place you online. And I'm thinking, what in the fuck he mean when he gonna place me online? Now I'm thinking in my mind, what's gonna happen next? But my heart beating because this is my first time in East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. And it's all based on true stories. I'm going in, child, and we walking in the straight line. I'm looking at the guard, telling some of the people, fall back and get straight in the line before I turn you around and take you back to central booking, and you won't eat. If you think they plan, keep fucking around and walking out them lines, you will not eat. It ain't a fucking thing you can do about it. Real shit. I'm looking at it when they coming in the child, they open up the doors and we walking through these metal detectors as they checking you. And I'm thinking this shit good, but it's not good. Because I remember me going through metal detectors and I remember motherfuckers with shanks. Long as my fucking arm. Walking through the same metal detectors. So I'm telling you now, that shit don't always work. It don't. These boys good at what they do, and I'm telling you not the shit to scare you. I'm telling you the shit to let you know it's real. Huh? As I'm sitting down at this fucking table and I'm getting ready to eat lunch, but I can't eat it because I got butterflies in my stomach. I'm not knowing this is my first time what's about to happen next. Yeah, so as they sit there, dude just sitting there looking at my food. I'm sitting there looking at the food. I don't want it. He asked me, could he have it? You can have this shit. I'm not knowing that the nigga's about to be having my food for the rest of this fucking jokes. I'm not knowing I'll be having to fight for my shit. I'm telling you what you have to do if you're not ready. And also telling you, man, when it's time to get up, when they say get up, you have to learn to get up and follow by their rules because you're not at home. Remember, you gave that shit up when you walked through them fucking doors. Whether you was right or wrong, the people do not care. So as we're going back to fucking Central Booking, I'm looking at the dudes grabbing their fucking sacks. I'm looking at the dudes say don't pick up when he got to. You know what I'm saying? He telling me that he got mine. I'm not knowing what the fuck he mean. I'm asking him, well, what the fuck up? He telling me he'll talk about this shit online. You know what the fuck is a lie? I'll catch it, Doug. So I'm looking at you walking with my fucking sack. Yeah, my first time, my heart's still beating. I'm looking at the dudes in the corner. I'm listening to these niggas saying, hey, man, I sure hope we go to the new prison. Because if we go to the new prison, we safe. They gonna protect us. They gonna watch us. And they gonna see us. And I'm looking at the guard and saying, God, I wants to go to the new prison. Real shit. I'm not knowing that the prisons are separated. They got two fucking prisons. I'm not knowing they got the old prison, which is called a dungeon. I'm not knowing they got the new prison, which is called the Q building. I'm not knowing that I'm about to be an example on this old prison. Man, this shit based on the true stories, and I can't do nothing but tell you the truth. My first time in there. So as I'm looking at him call the names to go to the fucking Q building, I'm looking at the dude and say, what's next? He said, man, I'll be about to go to the dungeon. Obviously, he been there before because the word, the way he called it, the dungeon. I'm looking at another dude in the back, man, beating his head. No, I don't want to go to the old prison. I'm going to go to the old prison. I'm saying, what in the fuck is it about the old prison that they don't want to go to? But it hit me. When we was walking through the thing, going to the old prison on the walk, and he hollered dope, and he opened the door. The bricks looked different. They looked old. The building on the inside looked told the fuck up. My first time. My heart beating. They got a bunch of fucking guards walking past and back and forth, looking at us. You know what I'm saying? Like we fresh meat to them. Yes, you is. Because you about to go through some hell of a games.